Hi there. How are you doing today? What a stunning afternoon, right?
Hey, I'm doing really well, thank you. And you? Yeah, absolutely gorgeous weather. Perfect for being out and about.
I'm good, thanks. Just enjoying the sunshine and people watching. It's such a vibrant atmosphere here. Do you come to this park often? I feel like I haven't seen you around.
Almost every Saturday, actually. It's become a bit of a weekend ritual for me, a guaranteed dose of green space and fresh air. And you? I definitely don't recognize you, so I'm guessing this might be a new spot for you?
You'd be right. It's my very first time here, surprisingly enough. I've lived in the area for a couple of years, but never quite made it over until today. And wow, I've been missing out. It's so much bigger and lovelier than I imagined. What's the name of this place again?
It's called Parc du Soleil, Sun Park. Pretty fitting name for days like this, isn't it? It really does live up to its name with all this light. It's got that perfect mix of open lawns and shaded spots, which is great.
It truly does. So if you're here every Saturday, you must live pretty close by, I imagine.
Yeah, super close. Like a 5-minute stroll from my apartment. It's my little sanctuary, you know? It feels miles away from the city's hustle, even though we're smack dab in the middle of it. How about you? Are you local, or did you make a bit of a journey to get here?
I'm about 15 minutes away by bus, so not super close but definitely within reach. And honestly, I'm kicking myself for not discovering it sooner. It's got such a nice, relaxed vibe. So when you're not chilling in this lovely park, what do you usually get up to on the weekends? Any exciting hobbies or just general unwinding?
Oh, a bit of everything, really. Beyond my mandatory park walk, which usually involves me just clearing my head, I love to read. Like properly get lost in a book. And sometimes, if I'm feeling extra lazy, I'll just kick back and watch a film. Pretty low-key stuff, mostly. I mean, my week can be pretty intense, so the weekends are all about recharging. How about you? Any big weekend adventures, or do you also lean towards the more relaxed side?
That sounds wonderfully relaxing actually. I totally get the need to recharge. I try to keep it chill too. I'm a big fan of just exploring different neighborhoods, finding new cafes, or catching up with friends. But definitely films are a big one for me too. I love getting cozy and diving into a good story. What kind of films do you usually go for? Are you a fan of anything specific?
Oh, without a doubt, action films. I'm a total sucker for them. Give me a good car chase, a thrilling plot with some unexpected twists, maybe a few explosions, and I'm a happy camper. There's just something about the adrenaline rush. You know, it's like a mini adventure from the comfort of my couch. What about you? Are you into the big blockbusters or something a bit more niche?
Haha! I can definitely appreciate a well-made action film, especially if the story is good, but honestly, I'm much more of a comedy or romantic film kind of person. I just love a good laugh, something light-hearted that makes you feel good, or a sweet story that just warms your heart. Sometimes you just need that pure feel-good escapism, right? The world can be heavy enough as it is.
Totally get that. Escapism is definitely key, no matter the genre. It's all about finding that momentary break from reality. So, if you're into those, do you have a go-to favorite film, one that you could literally watch over and over again without getting tired of it?
Oh, absolutely. It's a film called Coco. Have you ever seen it? It's an animated one from Pixar, but honestly, it's just so incredibly beautiful, heartwarming, and deeply moving. It's truly a masterpiece in my eyes.
Coco. Oh my goodness, yes, I've seen it. What a fantastic choice. That film, it's visually stunning, isn't it? The colors, the animation style, everything. And the story, the way it deals with themes of family, legacy, and memory, it's just so powerful. I'm not gonna lie, it actually made me tear up a bit. More than a bit, actually.
Right? It's just so exquisitely done. And the music is absolutely incredible. Every single song is a gem. I always find myself humming some of the tunes days after watching it. It really sticks with you, and the cultural aspect is just so rich and vibrant. It's one of those films that leaves a lasting impression.
Definitely. It's one of those films that completely transcends its genre, you know? It's not just an animated kids movie. It's a genuinely moving piece of art that appeals to everyone, regardless of age. It's a beautiful tribute to Mexican culture too. Okay, switching gears a bit. You mentioned you also like to read. Do you manage to read every day, or is it more of a weekend thing for you?
Almost every day, yeah. I try to carve out at least a little bit of time, even if it's just 20 minutes before bed or during my commute. It's another one of my little unwinding rituals, a way to switch off from the day. It helps me quiet my mind. How about you? What are you reading these days?
Pretty much the same for me. I actually make an effort to read daily. Right now, I'm reading a book in French. It's a bit of a challenge, but it's relatively easy and it's really captivating. It's been a great way to keep up with the language without it feeling like a chore, you know?
Oh, Oh, that's so cool. I've been meaning to brush up on my French for ages. I took it in school, but it's gotten a bit rusty. What kind of book is it? Like a novel or something non-fiction? And what makes it easy for a language learner?
It's a historical fiction novel set in Paris in the 1920s. It's nothing too heavy or academic, which is key. The plot twists are great, keeps you engaged, and the vocabulary isn't overly complex. It's paced well, so you don't feel like you're constantly running to the dictionary. My French is okay, but definitely not fluent, so this kind of book is perfect for building confidence without getting overwhelmed. It feels like an accomplishment to finish each chapter.
That sounds really interesting. A detective novel in French. Wow, maybe I should actually try something like that. I usually stick to English novels, mostly contemporary fiction or biographies. I just love getting lost in someone else's story, real or imagined. It's like stepping into another world for a while. Any particular authors you enjoy, or subgenres within those?
You totally should. It's a great way to immerse yourself without feeling overwhelmed, and you pick up new phrases naturally. And for my English reading, I'm pretty open to anything well written, but I do have a soft spot for sci-fi and fantasy. I love world building that just transports you completely, but I can appreciate a good biography too. There's so much to learn from real lives. So, switching to another sensory experience, do you enjoy listening to music?
Oh, I adore it. Music is pretty much the soundtrack to my life. I have playlists for everything. Working, walking, relaxing, cooking, even showering. You name it. I feel like it really sets the mood for whatever I'm doing. What kind of music do you listen to? Do you have a diverse taste or stick to a few genres?
Me too, absolutely. It's essential, isn't it? I'm pretty eclectic, but I'd say my main go-tos are rock and tango. Yeah, I know, quite the combo, right? One minute I'm headbanging to some classic rock, the next I'm swaying to a melancholic tango. It keeps things interesting, keeps my ears guessing.
Rock and tango, that is an interesting mix. I love rock, the classics especially, like Led Zeppelin or Queen, but tango, that's so specific and passionate. It has such a distinct rhythm and emotional depth. Do you actually dance tango, or is it just the music you're drawn to?
Aha, no, not yet. That's the dream though. I've always been completely fascinated by it. The intensity, the unspoken connection between the dancers, the sheer elegance and drama of it all. It just looks so powerful and expressive. I really want to learn. I've watched countless videos but haven't taken the plunge yet.
That's amazing. You absolutely should pursue it. I've seen some professional tango performances, and it's just mesmerizing. It takes such incredible skill, coordination, and trust between partners. It's like storytelling through movement. Do you even know where one would go to learn something like that around here? It doesn't seem like the kind of thing you just pick up at any old dance studio.
As a matter of fact, I do. I've actually done a bit of research on it. There are classes at the Cultural Center, not too far from here. It's a pretty well-known spot for various arts and crafts, so I figured they'd have something like that. I just haven't gathered the courage to go alone.
No way! That's so cool. You've actually looked into it. So are you thinking of going? Like actually signing up for a class soon? This sounds like exactly the kind of unexpected adventure I'd be into. Maybe a new challenge.
I'd love to, with pleasure actually. I've been putting it off for ages, telling myself I'm too busy or too clumsy, but hearing you say that makes me think I should just go for it. Maybe this is the universe telling me to stop procrastinating. When are the classes? Do you happen to know?
Well, if you're serious, I actually saw a flyer for them at the library last week. It said they have beginner classes specifically on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. It sounded really fun, like something different to try, but I just never got around to looking into it properly. It was on a notice board, very low tech.
Wednesdays at 6 p.m., huh? That sounds absolutely perfect for my schedule. I'm usually done with work by then. Are you free that day? I mean, maybe you'd want to go too? I know it's a bit out of the blue, but it sounds like you're intrigued.
I am actually completely free on Wednesdays. And you know what? After talking about it and hearing your enthusiasm, I'm actually really tempted. I mean, it would be such a unique and fun experience, wouldn't it? Something completely different from my usual routine. Have you been before to any of the classes at the Cultural Center, even if not tango?
Not to the tango class specifically, no, but I've taken a couple of photography workshops there, and they're really well run. The instructors are passionate, and the atmosphere is super welcoming. So you'd actually consider coming. That would be awesome. I've been wanting to try it for so long, but going alone always felt a bit daunting. You know, the whole first-timer anxiety.
Oh, tell me about it. It definitely makes it less intimidating to go with someone, especially for something like partner dancing. I'm already imagining us attempting to gracefully glide across the floor, probably stepping on each other's toes a dozen times, but having an absolute blast doing it. Okay, Paul, you've convinced me. Let's do it. Consider me your dance partner in crime for beginner tango.
Yes, amazing. This is genuinely exciting. So, beginner tango class, Wednesday 6 p.m. at the Cultural Center. Do you have any comfortable shoes? You know, something you can move freely in without them slipping off or being too restrictive?
Oh, definitely. I've got some flats that would be perfect. Nice and comfy, good grip. I'm ready to embrace my inner tango dancer. Awkwardness and all. This is going to be so much fun. How long does the class usually last? I just want to make sure I'm prepared.
It's an hour long, so a good amount of time to get a feel for the basic steps and movements without being completely exhausted by the end. Perfect for beginners. We can probably grab a coffee afterwards if you're up for it. We can debrief our tango triumphs and epic fails, share our thoughts, and maybe plan our next conquest?
That's a brilliant idea. I'd absolutely love that. It'll be nice to chat about how it went and probably have a good laugh over our first attempts. It's settled then. This Wednesday we embark on our tango journey. I'm actually really looking forward to it. It's not something I would have ever thought to do on my own.
Perfect. So how about we meet right here at the park entrance again, say around 5:30 p.m. That gives us plenty of time to walk over to the cultural center together. It's just a short stroll from here, probably 10 minutes max. No rush.
Sounds good to me. 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday, right here at the park entrance. This has been such a pleasant surprise, Paul. Thanks for the conversation and especially for the push to try something new.
My pleasure, Emily. It was truly great talking to you today. A lovely spontaneous afternoon indeed. Sometimes the best plans are the unplanned ones. I'm genuinely looking forward to it.
You too. It really was. I'm actually really excited about Wednesday. This is going to be so much fun. See you then.
See you Wednesday. Get ready to dance.